Hello and welcome to another GeekyVerse video. Today we will be doing something a little bit different. With the rising mainstream popularity of superheroes, Batman sets have become a great success for LEGO over the past few years. And since I'm sure there are quite a few old and new fans of the Bat out there, we will introduce the LEGO Bat family. Before we begin, I would like to clear up some things first. I will only be covering the characters involved in the Bat family that have been released by LEGO, no alternate versions, etc. We like to keep it simple. Also, I hate spoilers as much as you do, so I will keep the comic book plotlines to a minimum. However, spoiler warning, I will be talking about some of the characters' histories and significant events. Also, the comics are sometimes weird and change their continuities and origins every X amount of years. Therefore, we won't be retelling the exact comic book plotlines, but rather give you a fun and simple version of the stories. With that out of the way, let's jump right into it, starting with the leader of the Bat family, Bruce Wayne, aka Batman. Bruce Wayne, son of Martha and Thomas Wayne, and heir to one of the most powerful families in Gotham. He was living the dream life until one day, while exiting the movie theater, his parents were shot and killed by a thug named Joe Chill, leaving the family butler, Alfred Pennyworth, to take care of young Master Bruce. The traumatic experience made the boy swear to himself to rid Gotham of its evil side, which took away his parents. Despite the hate brewing inside him, Bruce would never kill, no matter what. The many bats in Wayne Manor inspired him to put on the bat costume as a symbol which will be feared by the criminals of Gotham. Bruce started traveling the globe at a very young age, receiving both formal education from some of the best universities in the world, as well as less formal training methods, namely fighting skills from the League of Assassins and even African tribes, to name but a few. This variety of training made him skilled beyond belief and the most dangerous opponent. Trained to the peak of human capabilities, he returned to Gotham, 18 years after the murder of his parents, to begin his crime-fighting crusade. He would operate alone at first, constructing a secret base beneath Wayne Manor known as the Batcave. Only Alfred knew about his real identity, that is, until he decided to take an orphaned circus boy under his wing, after the boy's parents were killed in a sabotage circus act, orchestrated by a local gangster named Tony Zuko. The boy's name was Dick Grayson, the first Robin. Batman dragged the boy through a rigorous training regime, and with Dick's keen acrobatic abilities he even outgrew his position over the years to eventually take up the mantle of Nightwing. He would even go on to become a founding member and leader of the Teen Titans, which is basically a high school version of the Justice League, the world's premier superhero team. Batman met the second Robin in the most unusual of situations. The young starving boy was stealing wheels of the Batmobile when Batman caught him in the act. Seeing the misery in the boy's eyes, good old Bruce took him under his wing, trained him, and made him his sidekick. Eventually, however, tragedy struck, as one day Joker caught Jason and beat him to a bloody pulp with a crowbar. He then left him in a warehouse with a ticking time bomb, which Batman was too late to stop, something Bruce would never forgive himself. Batman returned to Gotham to bury Jason, but after many years it is revealed that his body disappeared from the coffin. Jason was later restored to his former state by the League of Assassins and the help of the Lazarus Pit, a mystical healing well. However, diving into the Lazarus Pit leaves you with a few unwanted side effects, namely a great bloodlust. Jason would later return to Gotham as a brutal vigilante called the Red Hood, furious at Batman for letting the Joker still live. Eventually, the two would come to terms and Jason would continue his crime-fighting career as the Red Hood. Jason was not the only member of the Bat family severely hurt by the Joker. Barbara Gordon, the daughter of Gotham City Police Department's Commissioner Jim Gordon, took up the mantle of Batgirl. Extremely intelligent with a thing for technology, she led a boring day life as a librarian. In one of his cruel acts, the Joker shot Barbara at point-blank range, binding her to a wheelchair. Due to her injury, she would go on to fight crime as the super hacker Oracle, using technology and offering support to other superheroes. She was eventually able to walk again and retook her mantle as Batgirl. That night at the circus, when Dick's parents were murdered, another future Robin was in attendance. Tim Drake, a brilliant boy that was able to deduce the identities of both Nightwing and Batman, would later confront Bruce and convince him he needs a successor to Jason. Eventually, Bruce agreed to take him in as his new sidekick. Tim's temperament was a lot closer to Bruce's, unlike the previous Robins. He always approached things more analytical and made a great detective. He would later on become Red Robin, with the surfacing of a fourth Robin. In one of his adventures, Bruce would share his bed with Talia al Ghul, the daughter of Ra's al Ghul, who was the leader of the League of Assassins. It was later revealed that this was all planned by Talia in order to give Ra's a perfect successor. Eventually, the son of Batman was born, Damian Wayne. Damian was kept secret from his father until he was 10, when his mother introduced him to Bruce and left him in his care. The boy was arrogant and brash. He was trained from an early age to become a deadly assassin. After many twists and turns, he would eventually go on to become the fourth and final Robin to date. That's about it for the LEGO Bat family. I hope I brought them a bit closer to you. Please comment and let me know if you like this kind of video and would perhaps like to see more of them in the future. Also, don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Also, if I got you at least a little bit excited about the Bat family, I encourage you to go and read the actual comic books and storylines we covered today. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Until then, sleep easy knowing the Bat family is watching over Gotham.